So hello everyone, you're welcome to my channel. My name is David and I'll be your host for the channel, obviously. So yeah, I just go to this channel basically to share my insights, share what I know about the market, my observations and the likes, the kind of trades I take, probably how I approach the trades and the likes. So I hope you guys can really pick one or two things from time to time and be able to use it personally on your own after adding them to your own personal chart analysis. So yeah, for this weekend, I'm going to be, analyzing just showing the zones that I expect in the market to have some possible, reactions. That's just it. We can't actually get the perfection in the system, so we just have to, look for the closest zones that we can actually take proper advantage of, and make some money. So you don't really want to look for the holy grail or something because you ain't gonna find that. So yeah, so let's just get into it before we talk about the time and let's see what we have for this week. I'll be starting with Euro USD. I'm just gonna make a fast, yeah, I'm just gonna make some analysis and let you guys just see what I think. So yeah, so for Euro USD, usually I start with a forward time frame. I mark my order blocks, and yeah, the next possible order blocks that I feel the market should actually react to. Then I wait for it to get there, and I zoom down to the lower time frame, look at my entry strategies and everything, and see some reactions in the market, and hopefully we can be able to make some money from it. Then also during the week, hopefully I might just yeah share those trades, the before and the after, and likes. I might share them using a short videos or something. So you guys just stick around, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell icon just to get notified whenever I post my next video or something. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So this is this is the next point I'm actually expecting the market to react to. There's possibility that we have something around there on a lower time frame. If we can just zoom in, yeah, okay, let's get to the 15 minutes time frame and see something right here. So as you can see, there is we had this impulsive move from this side, from this top here to this down part, and we began to move correctively to the downside. More like I don't know if you are aware of, for those of you who are aware of the markets, patterns, chart patterns and the likes, you can actually search on Google or probably go baby peeps or something or likes, or probably later on probably put a video about that. So I just say, so there's just this movement here is a clear sign that the market is actually losing momentum to the downside, and we are definitely looking forward to going up to the upside to make some fill up some of these gaps, because we have a lot of sell momentum here. There was no buy momentum to back it up. So yeah, the market definitely has to pull back into those points and fill in those spots. So that's probably what we're having here. We broke above this, we came back to the test, and and we are actually just moving to the upside. So if you look towards them, just look closely into all this and let's see what's something here. We had this, let me clear this. I'm just using that to illustrate something there. So yeah, we had this break, to the downside. Yeah, I'll call that my break of structure. So we had another one down here. Now pending when we have the last one, I'm not going to really mark the top zones because they haven't actually broken. Now after this break here, we had this push to the upside before coming to this down part. So this was the last break of structure that we definitely had here. So this was the last break of structure. Then immediately after this, we push to the upside, breaking this high, which gives us a change of character. So usually after, now the change of character, in case if you don't know about it, it's just like after a series of, after some break of high or lows in whichever direction, the moment there is a break to the opposite direction of the main trend, then we have a change of character before start having some break of structures in the lower time frames. So the minute we have this break of this character, we realize we haven't had any candle that actually broke to the downside. So that's why I'll be expecting some kind of movement down to this side. I'm really less concerned about what happens around here, because I'm actually not looking for the I'm actually not looking for the the nonsense is that let me not call it nonsense. This individual move is about to do down here. I'll be waiting majorly for the move that is going to happen when it gets to this zone here. So possibly we have some kind of movement around it. The moment we get here, that's when I'll be looking forward to get a buy trade down up to this initial zone that I marked here on the 4-hour time frame. So yeah, we can actually watch out for that and see how see how the market plays out. This will probably happen on Monday because this is a lower time frame. And yeah, if it plays out that way, I might as well just post a short video about that. So yeah, so that's actually what I'm looking for when it comes to Euro USD. But as you can see, the main move is actually the sell move that will be coming from here to the downside. So yeah, so that's basically my watch out for Euro USD. So yeah, this is USD CHF. Sorry about that. Let me mark this to show that there's a potential movement. So yeah, this is Euro CHF. Now I'm going to the 4-hour time frame. Looking at this, we had now look at something similar to what we have on Euro USD. We had a sharp movement to the downside and a very slow movement right here. So you can see here we also created this the structure here that signifies that it's probably going to be that there's a drawdown when it comes to the momentum on the sell side. So we broke to the upside, we came back down here and actually tipped the low, tested the low here before breaking to the upside. So yeah, the market is actually a little bit very choppy. So you might as well just want to be careful when when you're dealing with this. So if you look at this now, going to the daily time frame, realize this is a zone here. So yeah, we're actually going to market structure. I don't really want to go this deep before, but let's just see what we have here. So we have this movement here, this collective movement, and we draw to the downside. So yeah, on the 4-hour time frame, we can as well just see this. So after breaking this, usually I would have checked for the other block that actually broke the structure, but as you can see here, this is actually almost at the same spot with the break. So I don't really know. Let's just watch out for the market and see how it turns out. But looking at this, we'll mark this as a zone to get a trade to the upside. I think this actually has more visibility, like it's actually more viable to play out than more viable to play out here. So I'll be looking forward to this first before this. So when it gets here, I won't just want to take the trade blindly. As I say, please just use your proper risk management. How you want to do it, just try to make sure you use a proper risk management. So I'll be waiting for a pullback to this place. Then depending on the structure on the lower time frame, that will depend on how I'm actually going to take advantage of this move in the markets. So yeah, this looks promising. Let's go to CAD CHF also. Let's look at it. Okay, yeah, this is my analysis for this week. But let me close all this so we can actually start everything and see how I got to this point. So yeah, now if you look at this, we had this low here. The market didn't actually get there, but let's come back here and see. Now we had this break here before this break. Then after that, yeah, I'll be coming from a major downtrend. Now the moment we had this, I will just call this a change of character. Now basically that's the first thing that should actually come to our minds, because when there's a break of structure to the opposite direction of the main trend, but we also need to be very careful not to just jump into those trades. Look at the possible zones around there, and try to find the best possible scenario to actually play out. So that's just it. Sometimes it's not always going to work. It's not always going to work actually. So you just really need to try to find the best possible ones and take proper advantage of them. So as you can see now, it came back here, it's retested the zone about twice now. I will consider this just once because it's just some medium moves around there. So let's just see. Now let's actually break this part down and let's see. Let's go to the 15 minutes time frame and see something here. So yeah, so the moment it came into the zone, there will probably be this mindset. People who trade the zones and the likes. They have taken a buy trade here, probably set some surpluses here, and this will just be an opportunity to just take away those stop losses around there. I don't know, they call it institutional trading or something, but I don't really want to delve too much into that. I'm just trying to look at price action and see the best possible way to take advantage of these moves. So I'll actually take this as a liquidity pool in the market, more like a liquidity pool, and this is the closest high that it made before making this low. So I'll mark this as my change of character on the lower time frame. So if I mark this as a change of character, this one, I'll take this as my liquidity. So now the question is, where is the zone that we're expecting the market to get to? Now mind you, the first one we had there was just a tip of this. It just really crossed it a little. It came back sluggishly, but came back to the closest zones around there, which is I think this other block around there. Let's see that. The other thing is the market isn't always going to play out the way you want it to. As you can see now, it even went below the other block before actually going up to the upside. So but if we actually look closely, after this break here, it's impulsively moved, but it hasn't really come back to the zone. So now the truth is, it doesn't always play out this way. I know you probably say this is just because the market has actually played out, but you can see it came back and hit that top and immediately went to the upside. Now after this, we haven't had any break to the upside here, but if you look closely here, the same thing that happened around there too. We came back into this zone. Yeah, we can actually have this here. So this is the lowest low before then. You can actually have this as a sweep, and this place as a break of structure. So we haven't actually come back to retest this zone. So possibly, maybe on Monday or something, we'll just look at the way the market plays out. We can have some movement to this point. And maybe around here. So yeah, have some movement to this point. So if the market actually comes here, I'll be looking forward to take a buy trade. If it comes here, I'll be looking forward to take a buy trade to the upside, more to the zone that I've marked up. So let's go to the forward time frame. Let's see what zones we're actually looking at. Now since there is we have been in a downtrend for a while now. This is probably a minor one. It's still within structure. We haven't actually broken structure yet. The only way we can actually realize that we have actually broken the middle structure to go to the upside is if we actually break through this high. But if you look below it, there are so many zones that can actually be respected around here. There has been a lot of choppiness in the market, and yeah, it's a do well to actually get to understand those spots. So the only question is, which one of them is he actually going to respect? But if you look above all this, there are so many zones with with fair value gaps and the likes. So yeah, all these zones are zones that could be respected. We can have a little bit of of pullbacks around them and even still continue to the upside. Something after getting here, we have a drawback to maybe another block that was created around here for pushing to this side and the likes. So the question is, we don't actually know how the market actually how the market does its things. We just need to actually pay attention to these points and be able to react on those points. So yeah, for this, be very very watchful, careful, use your proper risk management. And if you look at the 4-hour time frame, you realize that this part here is actually another block on the higher time frame. So yeah, be very watchful and don't just take the trades blindly. So yeah, so let's go to the NZD card. I don't want to make this video too long, so I might actually just, let's just forward things. I think maybe using the previous ones I have here. So as you can see, I marked the other block here, I marked the other block here, I marked this also. This is probably the last one here, so I'll probably mark it as another block. But I think, yeah, this was the one I actually did initially, so it respected it and came down here. But I wasn't able to take this trade because I was so busy with something else, so I wasn't able to take this trade. But yeah, let's see how it goes. Then this is a change of character or a break of structure. So after we came to the upside there, we broke through this low. So I'll probably consider that as a change of character because we're coming down now. Let's just not really change of character, more like a break of structure. Let's come back here to retest. So hopefully there's a retest around here and we'll take it to the downside. So the stop loss above the candle, and this is even my TP. So yeah, but overall initially I'm actually expecting market to react in this zone, but yeah, we need to wait and be patient. Let's see what the market does. So hopefully if it gets there, we can take some money from out. This is actually 164 pips. Don't look at how small it is. Going to the lower time frame, it's going to be super awesome. And if you can really do your analysis well, you can actually take a very tight stop loss and make proper, make some proper use of those moves in the market. So I'm going to mark this. Let's go to GBP JPY. And so now finally, so now look at this. As you can see, we had this move here. This one actually failed, and it's good we actually saw this one that failed because the market isn't perfect. We can actually see everything can actually play out the way you want it to. Let's just get to those zones and see. And as you can see here, we had this massive push to the downside, definitely a news. We came to retest around here, around the fair value gap here. We came back here to retest this other block. Now the question is, will this other block hold? No, we don't know yet, but we just need to wait for the market to open, go to the lower time frame and see how it reacts to that zone. The way it reacts will tell us if we can take proper opportunity of the trade or the zone or not. So this is also on the watch. Let's just leave that. GBP NZD, let's see what do we have here. So yeah, I've marked some zones previously. I think this was marked on the daily time frame. Let's see the daily time frame. Now it's just depending on where you are in the market. You need to know the proper time frame to use. Yeah, but yeah, also you don't want to take trades on higher time frame if you're not a swing or a position trader. That's probably for swing and position. But if you're a day trader, you probably need to go to the lower time frame. You need to work on your entries on the lower time frames. You can take your zones on higher time frame, but go down to the lower time frame, refine your entries and the like, so you can get the tighter stop loss. So yeah, that's just it basically. So yeah, this is zone here, and this is where I marked these zones from. I think this is probably a lower time frame. This lower time frame zone I marked here, but let's not go too deep into that right now, and because the market already respected that. So the other question is, what's the market also doing here? It's been very choppy when it comes to the daily time frame for a while now, ever since June. That was about a month ago, a month and a few days. It's been very very choppy. So yeah, you just need to know how to use that properly. So if you look at at the moment, I think I wouldn't want to spend too much time on this because I actually want to look for the obvious stuff. I don't want to spend too much time on this. If it's not really clear, there's no point wasting too much time because there are other pieces that I've even seen here, and this alone could actually make your week, probably your month, depending on how depending on how you use your lot sizes and your risk management. Please, by all means, use your proper risk management in any of these trades. So this is a UD card. Let's go to the 4 hour time frame. Okay, yeah, I did this initially, but because we had this break of structure, but in news or something, this was a very sharp move that actually came to the downside. We came down here to retest this zone, this 4 hour order block. Now the only question is where we're going from there. As I said, always going to the lower time frame, and let's see what we have. So this was the last break before this, and above this other block we have some fair value gap. So possibly we have a downward movement from the market to this zone where we can actually take a long position. And please, some of you might probably be thinking to take a pending order from this zone. It's actually not ideal, because sometimes there's always liquidity in the market to always catch, and if you don't wait patiently for those liquidity zones to play out, you will become the liquidity and your whole money is just probably going to be gone with it. So please be patient with all that. So yeah, I'll be watching out for this. Let's go to card JPY. Man, look at this sweet trade. Now this is a zone I marked on the 4 hour time frame, and just imagine how this is definitely in news, and imagine news still respected the other block. Like that's just cool. I couldn't take the trade because definitely this is a sharp move. So it's not something I would least have expected. If I had taken a pending order, I would have gone into this trade. But the other thing you need to look out is also that what if it also takes you out? So you want to have more positive trades than the negative trade. So just be patient, let it play out, watch out what it does when it gets to those zones, and take good use of it. Now let's look at this. Now, as much as I want to show you all the good ones, I also need to also show you guys the poor ones also. It's not always perfect. So look at this. We had this break here in my zone, the zone I marked previously. Now I consider this a liquidity sweep. Now I took this also as a break of structure. I like that, as a break of structure. Then immediately, now the other question now is that where is the other block that actually broke that structure? This is the other block that sponsored the whole move to the upside. So now look at this. This is where I'm actually showing you guys all this also. So look at this. The market actually broke through it. Would have cleared people that actually had a pending order and their stop losses, cleared them out before moving to the upside. So that's why I just usually wait. Most times it's just good to actually set your alerts. Whenever you have those zones, just come there, set your alerts. Whatever it is, add the alert. Let it just prompt you whenever the market gets there, and you can take proper advantage of it. That's the best way to actually do all these things, please. Except you probably narrow it down to, I don't know, 3 minutes, 1 minute time frame. Man, that's super awesome. It's all on you. Yeah, but cool. For now, on card JPY, do I really have a zone to watch out for? I think maybe just this one at the top side here. Let's go to the 4 hour time frame. I think just this one at the top here is just what I'm looking for, because already there's the news here already made this place not ideal for me to look for a trade. It's just going to be too choppy for me. I don't want to go down too much on the things that are not really too obvious. So yeah, for this AUD USD, yeah. So now look at this now. Let's go to 1 hour time frame. I think that's where we had all these other blocks. Not even 1 hour, I think it's 15 minutes time frame other blocks. I just wanted to give you a little bit of insight on how I came up with this other block so that we can, probably be on the same page. So technically everything is not here, but let's see. Okay, I guess, yeah, maybe I was refining my entries. That was why those other blocks had changed, but since it's not on a 4-hour time frame, let's see. So let me check this out again. Okay, we only have a week up there. Yeah, usually this is our main order block when it comes to the 4-hour time frame. We had a gap here, so we had this block, so it came into this zone before pushing more to the downside, and this was the initial high that I marked here. The reason why I marked this initial high is just for me to know when there's a sweep in a major liquidity to the upside. This was this high, so that's why I just have to mark it there. It's just trying to just trying to see what the market is actually doing, so to know how to actually enter into the market. So this is the other block that I've actually marked here. So for this is the last buy candle for that, and I've marked that as my order block. But if you actually noticed initially, after I refined my order block, the market didn't get to my entry, so I wasn't alerted when the price got there, and it just moved without without me getting into it. So that happens sometimes. You don't have to be really too bad about that. It happens actually. So let's see. We have this was where I refined my entry. This was where I refined my entry to this other block around here. I could have used this, but I kind of felt like it was too high or something, or probably just trying to be on the safer side, because I know the market turns out even before it gets to the zone sometimes. So I'd actually done this out. I'd wait for a break of structure. We had this break here, we had a break to the downside. Yeah, it's probably wouldn't have triggered me in because I couldn't even see the pullback. So now the next zone I'll probably be watching out for now is let's see, yeah, this is a 4-hour order block. Then I know this is a little bit choppy. Let me delete all this so we can see what we're actually dealing with here. So yeah, so after all that, so this is the other block I'm looking for. Now in between this candle and this candle, it shows that there's a fair value gap there that is actually going to be filled on this run. So yeah, so this is the zone I'm actually watching out for. And apart from that also, this down one is also a very strong zone that I'm watching out for. Yeah, there's so many things out there, so there's definitely going to be a reaction here. So whatever the reaction is, we'll go down to the lower time frame whenever the market gets there, and we'll see how we can actually take advantage of it. And this is a trade for 95 pips. Yes, still say 90 pips approximately. And yeah, it's gonna be a really good trade. It's gonna be a really good trade. Let me mark that out. Let's go to USD card. So for USD card, yeah, this looks interesting also. Now apart from the fact that we had a zone up here, we created some choppiness around here, and it's definitely created a zone that could be reacted to. But previously, before then, I've been taking advantage of all these little ones around there. Though I didn't take them all except for this one, which is actually there. Then this one also, it came to my zone, but yeah, that's just it. The zones are actually going to be respected. This one was actually marked on the lower time frame. I think most likely the 15 minutes time frame. Let's see. Okay, no, not that. Now this is a 1 hour time frame, and you can see the market actually kissed it and just went to the upside immediately before the market closes. So yeah, that's just it. This is already 47 pips up already. And it's been going really well. So let's just see how the market reacts here, and we can see what the next potential is for ADGPY. Yeah, something similar also. My zone was not reached, just went all the way down, like so smooth. Went all the way down. But let's check on the lower time frame. Is it possible I've taken that trade around there? See, we had a sharp movement. We gaps around there. It came here, could stop and draw to the downside. Man, I wouldn't have taken it because usually, now the fact that it hasn't gotten here, after saying this, I would have probably think it was a fake movement for to trigger people into the market, and might eventually come to the upside here before going to the downside. But the market decides to just play, the way it wants to. You can't know what the market is doing exactly. So just be patient with everything. So yeah. So for this right now, I think there's a zone around here. So I would just like to see how it plays out around here. So depending on what it does around here, then I can say, because it doesn't really go into the zone here, but it has gotten to this high here. So we simplify something. So but either ways, let's see what the market does, and we can take good use of that. For gold, yeah, gold has been working so cool also. Now gold has been working so cool. This was a refined entry. Normally the other block is actually this, but going down to the lower time frame, let's say the 50 minutes time frame, that was when I actually got that cool entry. So if you see this now, now this was the other block I used, so it came down here, came up to the test here, but this other block wasn't tested, so I just drew it out, and you guys see it just retested it, went above it a little and started pushing aggressively to the downside. This was really cool. So yeah, this zone wasn't gotten to, but I'm probably expecting this zone to be respected sooner or later, so we can probably take a sell trade to the downside. Yeah, take a sell trade to the downside. Yeah, so I'm expecting this zone to be respected, sure. So yeah, let's go to USDJPY. Let's go to USDJPY. Yeah, so the same thing here. We had this other block, the last candle, then we had this gap here. It came in here and then pushed to the upside. But as you can see, we had a long week up and a long week down. This is definitely a news. This was the news that happened on Friday. So you just push the market, trying to get some stop losses and the likes before you start moving to the main direction. Yeah, the market is going to get here eventually. Yeah, but yeah, let's just get there before we see the next zone to expect. As we broke a structure here, there was a kind of choppy movement around here. We broke through it, and yeah, for coming back to the upside. So there's possibility to move down, but no, I would just like to wait and see. But what I'm trying to show you guys are those the zones I expect the market to react in. So whichever one you find most useful, whichever one you find most attractive to pay attention to them, and make good use of it. So for AUD USD, let's see, AUSD also, yeah, we had another block here, slightly on the daily time frame. So yeah, so this is the other block that was respected here. It came to the downside, respected something here on the 15 minutes time frame, most likely. Now push to the upside, respected the same zone, push down. Right now we're on this zone. So the question is it going to hold? We don't know yet. Let's just wait for the market to open. Let's see how it does. So as usual, we had a break here, we had a break here, then we had a zone here, so yeah, I'm probably expecting to have a buy here because this looks more like support and resistance. It came here, broke through the downside, coming back here, so I'll probably be expecting a buy trade around here. Yeah, this is the weekend. It's not something you really want to toy with. Stop losses would have been here, but man, you know the market takes its stop losses a lot, so I like to put it down here just to be safe. Then I probably use a trading stop loss or just watch the market to see when there's a reaction. But most likely I'm expecting a reaction around here. So either ways, let's keep watching. So this GBP card. That's a GBP card on the 4-hour time frame. So same thing here. My zone was gotten to here, it reacted to it. I didn't stay too long on this trade. I actually closed it here because I was about to get too busy with something, and I actually don't want to get too distracted. So the moment it got here, I actually closed out and just let the market play out the way it wants to. So yeah, I'm waiting for market to react around here again, and let's see how it goes from there. So let's go to Euro NZD. Yeah, look at this. The market reacted here, but it came back to break through it before actually going to the upside. So right now, going to the upside now. You see, I'm waiting for the market around. I'm waiting for the market at this zone. Because I'm not really too sure the market is actually going to come down here before getting here. Because if you look at it, there are so many wicks around here to actually, balance the equation between the buyers and the sellers. Though we have everything as a buy candle, but yeah, I'm just waiting for the obvious. So yeah, this is the zone I'm waiting for market to react to, and yeah, I'll take a sell to the downside. EDCHF. For EDCHF, yeah, something similar. We have this other block around here. The market has been playing around down here for a while now. So but within this zones here, I had this other block. We didn't get there, but probably just close. And there's some zones within the 15 minutes time or the lower time frames around here. We broke through this here, came back to this fair value gap, then push into the downside. So right here, I'm expecting markets to come back. Usually this is the other block, but this was a zone that the market actually moves very sluggishly before breaking through this low. So I'm expecting it to actually respect that point. But yeah, who knows? Let's just wait. Let's just see what the market does. So let's go to GPY. I'm trying to rush things right now because I don't want the videos to get extremely too long for you guys to watch, and just to get some some good deals out of that. So let's go to the 4-hour time frame. I think this is actually better. Probably just mark out the zones before then. This was zones I've marked out during the week to take some trades, and they still remain valid till now. Yeah, same thing here. Look at this wick on this candle. It came down here and it also shoots to the upside. Now, ordinarily, when I'd have marked my other block around here, but it came back here, swept the stop losses, and pushed to the downside before closing down here. Like just look at that. Right now we are coming back here to retest this. So this is not this activity here is not something I really want to dwell too much on. So for now, I'm actually on the hold on zones for this. But yeah, we have a lot of other zones, especially when you go to the higher time frame. Let's see what the daily time frame holds for us. So for the daily time frame, we had a break of structure here. We came here, not to any closed zones, but I think there's a possibility of a zone down here. It's possible of a zone down here by the ways. And we actually created an engulfing candle here. That speaks a lot when it comes to direction of the market, but as I've said, let's not be too hasty about those things. So for GU, and GU was also really cool last week. We had a very strong push to the upside here before we had this massive down move, and yeah, whatever this massive down move is doing, Yeah, probably cool. And for a while now, I don't know if you've noticed, we've been on an uptrend for a very long time now on GU. So normally I would have actually expected a change in market bias here after this break, but the fact that this hasn't broken yet is it actually speaks a lot that there's probably possibility we're still moving to the upside. We could probably break this low, this high, come back to retest and push the upside. So right now, we all know this is a zone, obviously, but yeah, I want to just take that blindly. So let's just keep watching out what that one does, and yeah, we'll see how we can make use of that. So for NZCHF, we had this zone that was respected about 4 different times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Though this broke, but with a wick, it's closed like averagely in the center there before we actually broke to the downside impulsively, and we haven't filled this gap around here. So yeah, so I expect market to actually come back here. Then other ways we'll see how everything plays out and the likes. So this, I'm not really too clear about that also, but yeah, this is a zone I would very much want to see how it plays out. For GBP-CHF, let's see. For GBP-CHF, okay, so this is a zone actually. We had these chopping movements before this one that actually broke. Now let's just see how the market does when it gets here. We'll probably have a break. We'll probably have more move to the downside. But if you're looking at the overall structure of the markets, let's see. We had this impulsive push down before this that looks like a corrective move to push the upside. The only question is, when is it going to push the upside? We are not really certain of that yet, but only the zones can actually make sure that we actually get a good understanding of that. But I'm not looking at the long time right now. I'm just looking at the next possible zones for the reactions. So yeah, this is just the next possible zones I'm expecting, and as you can see, this is also a zone here. We had a fair value gap around here. So yeah, so that's something actually. And for Euro-CHF, this also looks really cool. We had a break around here, and let me not touch this. We have this zone. It's actually very small, but usually I like to extend it a little, because the market is just really about zones. You don't want to be over, and you don't want to put too much emphasis on trying to get a precise entry where you get a 2 pips or 3 pips stop loss. I'm not saying it's not possible, it's actually very possible, but the question is, you want to spend how much time on the charts when you can actually still get some returns without spending that much time. Because if it gets to that zone, you need to be looking at the charts every minute, every 3 minutes, depending on the time frame you're using. It can be overwhelming actually. It can be overwhelming. So I don't think you really want that right now. So yeah. So this is the next one I'm expecting for this. Let's go to USD, and we have just about 3 more pairs to go. So for this, yeah, this is a clear zone I'm expecting reactions. This is another zone that hasn't been tested. Technically, yeah. Though there was this week here, and this is another week here, so it probably speaks a lot about that. But I don't want to be too judgmental right now. So let's wait. Let's see. Let's hope. And you can see, so but this is another zone right here. This is another zone. I'm expecting some reactions in. Let's see. So for Euro AUD, yeah, this is also super cool. It broke above my zone, but right now we don't know if this is going to hold or not. But look down here, there was, yeah, when it comes to the body of the candle, there was a break, but the wick, nah, there wasn't a break. But look at this, this is lower than this, so it still speaks a lot when it comes to the fact that we might actually break this high. Depending, depending on what the market does. But let's just watch. This has been too impulsive right now, and now there's no possible zone that I'm personally looking at. You can have some zones in your chart. That's actually cool, as long as it feels good and it feels reasonable for you to actually trade with. But for now, I think I might just sit this one out. So Euro card, let's see. We have this zone here. It has actually been respected. So, but the only question is, are we going to continue to the downside, or or just break it to the upside, something like that. But either ways, this is something. These are just way too small for me to actually consider right now. Yeah, but they're actually very significant actually, but I don't want to dwell too much on that. So yeah, let's see. When it comes to overall market direction on this PA, so yeah, we had a break. We broke here, we broke this down part also. Yeah, well, we didn't actually get here. So this is actually on a daily time frame. There are a lot of other possibilities that we can find there. If it's on a daily time frame, this is actually another zone. So I don't know, there's possibility this reaction gets here before moving. Then I don't know, there's a possible scenario of it coming here then before coming here. Well, let's go forward time frame. Let's say something. Yeah, there's possibility for that. To come here then before moving to the next zone at the top there. So yeah, let's just keep a watch on that. Let's keep a watch on that. So for GBP GPY, yeah, I think we saw something similar to this at the top side. So yeah, the question here also is it going to hold? Is it going to hold? Yeah, all these things. Is it going to hold? Is it going to hold? So yeah, this is a weekend. We can't just assume those things for now. Let's just see how far it's going to go. Let's see how well. So guys, that will be all for today, and I hope you guys got one or two things from this. Just try to draw the same thing in your chart, or probably just try to confirm your analysis. If you have something different, it's actually totally fine. We can actually see the same thing all the time, and sometimes you can actually see what I don't even see from the market. So let me know how this video helps you guys. Let me see if it resonates with you guys. Just drop your comment in the comment section. Let me see how well, so I can know if I'm actually reaching out to you guys. Hopefully we can learn one or two things, and let's see each other in the next video. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell icon to get notified of our next video, and see you in the next video. Peace out guys, till then.